So, in today's fabulous tutorial, we are going to be making some cute and easy little Halloween cards. We are going to be making these little bad boys right here, and they are like a little 3D dimension little card. It is 3D, mija, and mijos, 3D. 3D. Is that how you say 3D in Spanish? Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Trust me, it is. So, these are the little bad boys we're going to be making. And I know that my die cut, that little die, this little bad boy right here, that we use, sucks. But you get what you pay for, boo-boo, so don't complain. However, I still win with it. I still win with it. Even though I ran it I don't know how many times, and it just doesn't cut on this side and on this side. All along this side right here, and right here kind of towards the middle. And it does that to both sides. So I just said, you know what? I don't even care. I don't care. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just glue it on there like that. And I still like how it looked. It looked really, really cute. It kind of gave it that little shimmer. And then the little house in the back. And then on the inside, it says, let's see my little crafting monsters. It says, can you see it? Can you see it? Have a spectacular Halloween. How cute is that, right? And they're really, really simple, so I hope you guys go ahead and try these little bad boys out. And let's get down and dirty, boo-boos, because I know you guys want to get down and dirty. So let's get down and dirty, and I'll see you in a bit. Alrighty then, my little crafty monsters. Let's get down and dirty and make these little bad boys right here. You really need to stop doing that, Jesse. Seriously, you really do. But anyways, so if you guys need to know about card bases, this is my little speech of all greeting cards. There will be a tutorial. There's going to be a link in the description for a tutorial that will explain more about card bases and card mats. So if you guys need to check that out, go ahead and check that one out. And if not, let's just get down and dirty right here, boo-boos. So these are the nesting dies that I will be using. Now, those silver ones I did purchase from AliExpress, and the gold ones, well, those were Spellbinders. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a frame of this holographic paper. Now, the reason why I'm going to use both of them is because you guys already know I'm pretty frugal and I don't like to waste either glitter paper or paper like this, you know, the really pricey kind of papers. So what I do is I will cut out only the part that is going to show, and then the middle part I cut it out and save it for a different kind of project, because you always could use that, you know. So that's what I'm going to do here, and I will be running this a few times, and there will be a time when I also flip the cutting trays with everything inside still sandwiched, and that's just to try to get a really, really good cut, because from the past experience with this little scallop rectangle, it doesn't cut out those little intricate holes as it should. However, I don't really mind that. Like, if some of them are, you know, if some of them are still intact and some of them are out, like, I don't really care about that, especially because this is going to be a little haunted house Halloween card. So, I mean, nothing in the haunted house is new and nice and neat and all that. So that's where I'm going with this one right here, boo-boo. But anyway, so see, this is the little frame that I made, and that middle part that we cut out, well, that, like I said, you could always use it on a different project. And so you don't really waste all that paper in the middle that would have just been glued on top of. And so right here, I'm going to go ahead and flip these to try to get to see if it will cut this paper, because it's a little thicker, but it did not. And I have tried using these dies with a thinner paper too, but it's the same thing. So I've come to the conclusion that the die is defected. However, I still use it because it cuts the outer part, and I think it's cute. And so right here, again, I'm just going to cut out the middle part, because that middle part, we're going to use it for something else. And I do believe that is it for now with the little cutting machine. We will have to bring it back out, you guys, so that we can cut out our little haunted house from the Lawn Fawn stamp set. But for right now, we're just going to go ahead and measure the middle part. This is going to be that card mat that I'm going to put on top of that little frame. So we went ahead and we cut it down to whatever size we needed to fill in that hole so that you wouldn't be able to see, you know, that frame, that it's missing a middle part, that it's hollow. So we're going to cover it. Right here, I'm just going to go ahead and get my stamp and kind of measure where exactly my little house is sitting. So this way I know where to go ahead and add my distress inks and kind of blend all those to make it look like, you know, like a moonlight with the dark night behind it. So you guys will see. And so we're going to go ahead and start bringing out our little distress inks. And I'm just going to go ahead and go in a circle where, well, not a perfect circle, because it's supposed to be like the reflection of the moonlight. But I'm going to go ahead and just go around where I kind of marked the little house, because I want this color to be peeping out from behind the house. It's going to make the house stand out. Just watch. And so on the outer part of this, we're going to go ahead and use like a light blue and then a purple, and then we're going to use like the black, which is the soot. And we're going to kind of try to make this look like the sky. Now, you guys already know that Jesse sucks with this kind of stuff because, first of all, I can't see the color. So whatever it is that I'm blending, I can't see what I'm blending. I'm just going for it. I'm just kind of making it look darker is what it looks like to me. It's just the more color I add, the darker it is. And so that's the way I blend. Did we make Gaga color? I have no idea, boo-boos, but I do like how the card came out. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed on that one, Little Crafty Monsters. But anyway, so I used the light blue and I used the violet, and then I went ahead and I used the black on top of that, and it's just to kind of make it look like the night. And like I said, there is no right or wrong way to do this. Well, I guess there really is kind of a wrong way to do it. The wrong way would be for it not to come out right, Jesse. What are you talking about? All right, so scratch that. There is a wrong way to do this, my little crafty monsters. So for you guys, it might be a little bit easier because you guys could be able to see the color. But for Jesse, well, I can't. So let's continue blending. And right here, I'm just going to go ahead and add the purple. And I'm just blending in. I'm filling in the colors, whatever I feel looks good and is appealing to me, to my eyes, you know, whatever catches my eyes, since my eyes don't really see what you see. And so right here, I'm just going to go ahead and add the black. And this part, guys, is like super duper easy. I don't want to make it look too black. So I'm just adding it kind of like in the corners, kind of just making it look like a little night, a midnight sky. Do you hear the Halloween music? Are you creeped out, my little creepy monsters? Hi, Jesse, shut up. My little crafty monsters. Well, today, in the month of October, you will be creepy monsters. I know. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and get some mixed media paper. I like to use a mixed media paper because it makes blending the watercolor markers a lot easier. And it does not mess up the paper like if you were just using regular cardstock. It kind of starts lifting up the fibers and stuff like that. Well, this mixed media paper will prevent that from happening if you're going to be using watercolor markers. If you're going to use watercolor paints, then I would recommend that you use a watercolor paper that's a little bit stronger than this one, but for the most part this works for what we're going to do. And so right here I'm just using my stamp perfect, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp my little haunted house, and I will be stamping this 4 times. The reason why is because we're making 2 little cards. I need 2 main mansions, and then I also need the front part of the second stamp, if that makes any sense. You guys will see it because we're going to make it a 3-dimensional kind of card, so you guys will see what I'm talking about. And so right here I'm going to go ahead and just start stamping the second set of little houses. Then we're all going to just color these little bad boys. Now this is the part where you guys could get really creative if you guys want to paint this little house whatever color you guys want to color it. For the most part, I am going to be just sticking with the gray tones. I don't know, I feel like you tell me haunted house and automatically I think of Hmm. I just think of like grayish tones or blacks, and like, that's all I ever think about, and I think it's because that's the color of most all haunted houses, Jesse. But so like I said, right here you guys could go whatever color you guys want. Let your imagination just take flight. And right here we're going to go ahead and bring out our Tombow watercolor markers, because you guys know I love to use these watercolor markers. And I'm just going to go ahead and pretend like I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and just color these, my little crafty monsters, and then after we cut these little bad boys, we're going to go ahead and run these through the die cutting machine, and we're going to go ahead and cut out the little front part of the houses. And I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys listen to some music really quick, and we will be right back. So now that we die cut these little bad boys right here, we're going to go ahead and get our little finger X-Acto knife, and we're going to go ahead and cut out that little part from the porch, the front part of the house, I guess. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this part, it just really shows kind of like if it's a 3D kind of house, like that part of the house is kind of sticking outwards. And so right here, that's what I'm doing. I'm just using my little X-Acto knife on that. And that's the only reason why we colored the very top, that very front part of that home, because that's the only part that we're going to use on this part, on this little craft. And so right here, I'm just going to go ahead and cut the rest of it out with my scissors. These are my favorite all-time scissors. I know I've said this a million times, my little crafty monsters, but that is because this is true. Yes, it is. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut these little bad boys out. And then after we cut these bad boys out, we're going to go ahead and mount these on some foam squares. And then we're going to go ahead and put these in front of those little haunted mansions, and I think that is adorbs. I mean, I love making things look 3D like this. Where did Jesse get the idea? I got the idea from Michaels and the Hobby Lobbies. Every time I go into their little sticker section, you guys see these stickers like this. There's a lot of stickers that they make them 3D-ish kind of like this, and they just layer another part of that same picture on the very front to make it 3D. And so, you know, I've applied this to a lot of my projects already because I love the way that looks. So you guys could definitely try it. There's Matthias trying to be Mr. Nosy and Crafty Man. I had to give him love, guys, because he was crying for me to pick him up. So I hate to hear him cry, so I always pick him up. That's why he's a little spoiled little baby. So right here, I'm just going to go ahead and put my little mansions in the front so I know where I'm going to put my little sentiment. And I'm using the sentiment from this same exact stamp set. This is the little haunted, it's a little haunted stamp set from L'Enfant. And it's kind of an old stamp, but the name of this stamp is called Happy Haunting by L'Enfant. And I've had this one for a few years, so I don't know if you guys are going to be able to find that. But if you guys do find it, like I said, it is by L'Enfant, and it is called Happy Haunting. And so right here, we're just going to go ahead and stamp the front sentiment, which says Happy Haunting. And then the inside, we're going to go ahead and stamp another sentiment from the same stamp set. And we are going to go ahead and cut out a matte though, because since that card base is black, it's going to be hard to stamp on that unless you do like a white embossing. So right here, we're just going to go ahead and use a white card matte to go ahead and stamp the inside sentiment, and then we're going to go ahead and grab that and we'll glue that into our card base, making it a lot, you know, easier to write on, or if I give this to somebody to, you know, use it for their own personal purpose, then they'll be able to go ahead and write a message to whoever they want to send it to. And so right here, we're just going to go ahead and use our Stamp Perfect. I love to use this, you guys, and I emphasize on this kind of tool when you guys are doing greeting cards, because you want your greeting cards to look as professional as possible, just so it looks like it really came out of a Hallmark store. Remember Hallmark stores? Oh my God. Those used to be like everywhere when I was young. Anywho, so go ahead and clean your little stamps and put them away, and we will no longer be using this little Stamp Perfect. So you could, oh wait, hold on, my little tree, that's right. What are you talking about, Yessie? Calm it down. Damn, I'm trying to get through this like really quick so you guys could go ahead and hurry up and try to make your own. So right here, I'm just going to put another little accent, which is that little haunted tree that comes with that same stamp set. And I think that little tree is pretty cute. It's my little haunted tree. And so now we are completely done with these little bad boys. And so you can put your Stamp Perfect and your stamps away. And let's start putting this little bad boy together. It's really all just about putting all the pieces together, little crafty monsters. And so right here, we're just going to glue our little inside sentiment matte, and we're going to go ahead and use some liquid glue. This is the part where you could use double-sided tape or liquid glue, whichever one you guys feel most comfortable using. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue onto this little frame, and I'm going to center that as center as possible. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue that one mat, the main mat on the front of that. And I want to be careful when I'm laying that one, because I cut it down just a tad bit bigger than that little center empty space. So when you're doing this, just be careful that you center it really, really good so you can't see any parts of that, of that frame where it's open in the hollow. I mean, where it's hollow in the middle, and it won't reveal that there's nothing in the back. We don't want nobody to know, my little crafty monsters. They're gonna be like, damn, they're so damn cheap that they even cut out the center parts. So right here, I'm just gonna pop my little haunted houses on some foam squares, and then we're gonna go ahead and put these little bad boys to the front of our card. And that's how easy it was to make these little bad boys. I mean, seriously, these would be so cute for like an invitation or to give to somebody who it's their birthday. I know that this is basically going to be a card that I'm going to recreate again, but I'm going to turn it into a birthday card because I have a friend who his birthday's coming up, and this would be perfect for that. So here you go, my little crafty monsters. I hope you guys try these out because it is adorbs.
Welcome
Happy
back,
hunting.
my little crafty monsters. That's how easy it was to make these little bad boys. I hope you guys try to make some of these little bad boys. Try them out because they're super, super easy. I know you guys have like a little scalloped square or rectangle, whatever it is, and you guys could go ahead and recreate these little bad boys. You can make these for like a birthday card. You could make them for like a Halloween party invitation, or you could just make them just to make them. So these are super easy, super cute. We use a little Lawn Fawn haunted house stamp, which I think is adorbs, and we created these little bad boys. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Don't forget to subscribe. Go ahead and hit that little subscribe button, and we become BFFFFs, boo-boo, hello, because I know BFs is good. I know it is, but BFFs is even better, and we become that once you become a subscriber. And also, since you're already there, go ahead and hit the little bell icon, because that bell icon is for you, boo-boos. That's so you do not be missing on any new videos that I put out there, because you want to be up to date with this. And also, give us a thumbs up, because that will help our channel grow. And that's it for now, my little crafty monsters. Oh, don't forget to share. Don't be so stingy, my little crafty monsters. Tell the world about Paper to Masterpiece. Share the love. And that's it for now, my little crafty monsters. Until next time, bye.